Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's all about you there, baby. You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get this. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
How
how
y'all
y'all
doing
doing?
today? I'm Gary Blanks. Welcome to 4 Mics, 13 T's, 1 Ankle Monitor. Today, I'm going to be talking it up, chopping it up with my boy, John Hewitt.
Oh Lord,
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, you
Doing
seem
great.
you seem to be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh
Just,
well, I've been in addiction for 30 years. Right at 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
But where you started? When you was about 5?
No.
you can't be no more than
No,
40.
I started when I was about 12. I was
12
well,
years old.
actually, I started smoking weed when my mom was still alive, and she was a real bad alcoholic, and she didn't really,
Right.
we just that was the first person I ever got high
Right.
with, and
Right.
then by 10 years old, I was smoking weed with some of my friends, and by 12, we was experimenting with other drugs, and I was in and out of juvenile facilities, and by 16, I was full blown drug addict, drug dealer, and by 18, I was on my way to prison for the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what your morals and values look like?
Then?
Yeah, then.
What morals and values?
Right.
I just picked some up along the way, here and there. I mean, I've always been a good-hearted person, and
Yeah, I know that.
and try to, I try to do right, no matter what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But whenever you out there, a lot of that stuff goes down the drain.
Right.
And so I've done like 8 bids in prison for drugs, all drug related. Never
So
anything.
when was the first time you ever really got some big boy time out?
18 years old.
18.
Yeah, fresh off my juvenile record. Actually, I was 17 when I caught the charges, and by the time I was 18, I was on my way to prison for the first time. Did 20 months at Hayes State Prison. Got out, stayed out 6 months, less than 6 months.
So that didn't break you?
No,
that
I was the poster child for if you reoffend within 6 months after you get out,
Okay, right.
you're going right back to the same facility.
Right.
So I went right back to Hayes State Prison and did another 16 months there, and got out, and I stayed straight for a while. But being where I'm from and where I've been all my life,
You was a product of your environment where you was at.
oh yeah, poster child of my environment.
Right. Okay. Right. And where are you from?
Oh, LaGrange, Georgia.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Trapp County.
I understand. So
Yeah. So now I'm in a drug court program. I completed it before, but I went through it with, I've been in so many treatment facilities. I've been inpatient rehabs, outpatient, and doing drug classes and stuff like that for defects and and probations and all that stuff. I knowed everything that everybody wanted to hear when I went through drug court last time. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
So you was faking it to make it. Just
Basically,
saying all the right things at the right
did,
time. Right.
I did it on my own will.
Okay. Right.
yeah,
Right. So, but
My own wheel drove about, I don't know, probably maybe 2 months after I got out of drug court. That was on my own tires, and they went flat.
Right.
I was right back to it,
Right.
And
Why do you think you went right back to it though? Like what? I mean, you said you had.
I didn't change anything. I mean, the whole time I was in drug court, I was still hanging out with the same people, still,
Okay.
around the same playgrounds, and I didn't try to change anything.
Right.
I just put on a good show.
Right. So you started at a young age. You went through multiple treatment plans.
Yeah.
In and out of rehab, in and out of prison.
Yeah.
In and out, so you stayed mostly in jail.
Yeah.
What made you change your mind? What's going on now? What's different now than before?
Well, I came into drug court this time.
Because
and,
you know what I'm saying, I know when you got sober, we was in drug court together.
Yeah.
You left, you graduated, and I was kind of, I looked up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, through that drug court. You kind of inspired me to do better. You were sitting on the front row, so I started sitting on the front row. You know what I mean? Right. But then I lost touch with you. You know what I'm saying? But you was gone.
Well, you like they say, if you lay with dogs, you get fleas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
you wasn't doing dope, so
right. So you wouldn't.
yeah,
I
you
wouldn't.
tend to veer off away from that,
Right.
whenever.
Right.
I mean, I got a lot of people that's really respectable in a respectable community from Troup County, that are business owners and stuff like that,
Right.
that I was in regular touch with then, and we're good friends. But once I fell back off into my addiction, it was I didn't hang out with none of them.
Yeah. None of that happened.
No.
Right.
They'd write me every once in a while and check on me, and I wouldn't even respond to their messages.
Well, that's what we do, though. We're not fixing to talk to the ones that's gonna tell us about
I
ourselves.
don't want to talk to nobody who ain't doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't even want to talk to half the ones that are doing what I'm doing.
Right. Much less the ones that.
Yeah. So
right.
I fell back into my addiction and right after drug court, and it lasted for about a year. And I got caught up again. And I went to jail. I did like 4 months in the county, and then I went to a treatment facility in LaGrange. It's not really a treatment facility; it was more like a ministry, Art Refuge Ministry. And
Right.
I was supposed to do a year inpatient, and I got out in 7.5 months because they closed down. And here goes my addictive mindset again.
All right.
It clicked right in, as soon as I heard they were closing down. So I started trying to figure out how I was going to fast talk my PO,
Right.
And I did. Amazingly, I did. 'Cause I told him, I said, look, man, I don't want to have to go somewhere and start all the way over. And I don't know any 4.5 month programs, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I said, I got
4.5 program is not going to work
no,
anyway.
I said, well, I'm already established here. I got a job.
Right.
I work every day. So why can't I just do outpatient classes with like relapse prevention or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At
Through pathways.
Yeah.
Right.
So I started going to pathways with the drug court people out there. And the whole time, I mean, once I got out of the art, when it closed down, it was like, I think it was January the 1st, 2021. And whenever they closed down, it wasn't a hot week, and I was already back to it.
Right.
So I went to, I think, 3 classes at Pathways, just long enough for me to make it my court date, because that was a requirement of my probation.
Right.
So once I made it my court date, I was just like, I'm not going back, But them 3 classes, I'm sitting out there talking to these people, and I'm high as a Cooter's Brown,
In the classes.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I said, I can't. Just like when you're in your addiction, I didn't want to be around them people because they were clean and sober. I ain't really got nothing to talk to y'all about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just didn't go anymore. And I ended up going for a while. Actually, I went for a good run. Then that's when we was working together.
Right.
And then we had other dude who came to work with us. And,
it kind of run me off.
Yeah, I know it.
We had some boundaries we had to set.
Yeah, and that's good
Right.
though. I'm glad you did that because
Right.
you was on your way back if you did.
There was no way I
Yeah,
could,
so,
I couldn't be around it. Right.
So I went for I don't know probably 2 years on that run, 2.5 years, something like that, and then I got caught up again. And this time, I figured I was going to prison. And I got.
You just thought there wasn't no way you was gonna get out.
Well, I mean, I'm a 9-time convicted felony drug offender. So
Right.
I mean, I thought I was really going to prison this time because I was an 8-time convicted drug offender then, and I just I've always been caught up on humbos. It's never been like the police kicked in the door looking for me. You know what I'm saying? It was always I was with somebody, wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
So
It's just your luck.
yeah. So and my dad passed away early last year. I mean, early 2023, and that was kind of the downward spiral for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a bunch of drugs at the time, and it wasn't. I didn't even pay for them drugs. I went on and did all of them. You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
over like a 2 weeks.
That's our normal coping
Well,
mechanism.
he was my rock. 41 years best friend.
Right.
We talked every morning. I mean, there wasn't a day that went by, even when I was in my addiction, I'd stop and small talk with him about weather, news, whatever, early in the morning, especially when I was working.
Right.
And doing good. Well, kind of doing good anyways. But he so when he passed away, it was I didn't care anymore, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I really didn't care. My kids wasn't in my life.
You done lost all hope.
Yeah, big time. And
Right.
so I ended up getting caught up on a humbug, and I went to the county jail, and took drugs in the county jail with me.
Right.
And but I don't know what it was then when I went in the county jail and I made it to the back with the drug. I went in there and I gave it away, and I said I don't want nothing else to do with it. I was in the county jail for 7 days before I got bonded out. So
you were probably already thinking this ain't the life I want to be in anyway.
No, I was already tired of it.
Yeah, right.
So so when I went in there, and I could have did all the drugs I wanted to, they were mine. And they were even asking me through the whole 7 days I was sitting there, I slept and ate. They had trays stacked up on the table.
You're not eating nothing.
They wasn't eating anything, and I was, they had breakfast trays, lunch trays, and sacks over here on the table. Right. The whole time I was there.
Off my store.
So I'm on everybody's phone time. Didn't have to put no time on the phone or none of that. They're all just, hey, whatever, And they're having fun. I bet they went through like 4 decks of cards in 7 days. You know what I'm saying?
Beating them up.
Yeah, and I don't think they was ever even in the room. They were out there on the table playing cards. So I slept for probably a good 6 days out of that. You know what I'm saying? I'd sleep and I'd wake up and I'd eat, go use the phone, call, see if I, about bond situation and all that stuff. And so I made it out on bond, and I stayed out 14 days before they come pick me up on a probation warrant for violation of probation for catching the charge. Troup County hustle.
Right.
Yeah. So anyways, when they came and picked me up, like 2:00 in the morning. But I didn't get high the whole time I was out for them 14 days. So I had 21 days sober on my own free will this time.
Right.
And
that's never been your goal before, right?
No,
you never tried to get sober on your own.
No, and so I did the little 21 days, and then they locked me back up, and I've been sober ever since.
So how long you been sober now?
Let's see, this August the 10th will be 2 years.
2 years, congratulations. Yeah. That's tough, bro. Proud of you.
Yeah, I've been since I've been in drug court this time, I was going to other meetings and stuff, getting signatures. And then I found a little place called First Baptist Church in Hoganfield.
Come on with it.
Yeah, my good buddy brought me up here, and
talking about Dustin?
Yeah. And he brought me up here, and as soon as I came in, I ran into you.
Yeah, and I've been waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? You know where I've been.
He had to go get the big gun though and bring him down there on me.
And, Mr. Bill Dollar, you got to be talking about. What are you talking about?
Pastor Greg.
Oh, Pastor Greg. Yeah, the big
so
dog.
he was, he come down there, and it was me and my ex-girlfriend, and but he was like, if y'all want to get clean, that's all fine and well, but we're in the business of saving souls up here,
Right.
And so I made a decision, that I want to rededicate my life. I've been saved before.
I remember you that day, then immediately.
Yeah, and I made a decision, and I was baptized next weekend. I just been.
So you've been saved.
Yeah.
But where was you at when you got saved?
Oh, Troup County Jail.
Troup County. So you caught you some jailhouse religion.
Yeah, caught me a little jailhouse religion.
But you left it, like we all do.
Well, no, I mean, we did Bible studies and stuff like that for a while, and then once you leave there, it's kind of on the back burner, especially living the life I've lived, and coming out. I just put it on. I guess what is it, a top shelf religion?
Yeah, top shelf. You put him on the shelf and leave him right there where he's at.
Yeah, that's right. And so that's that's kind of what I did. And but this time, it's something different about this place here. Coming up here to CR, I make a whole Sunday out of it now.
Right.
And where I want to go with it, hopefully, is to grow my my relationship with God, tenfold.
First thing.
I've took away from the community so much, that it's time to give back. Last time when I came out of drug court, they wanted me to do an outreach program for kids and really anybody I could reach. And I was high when Daniel was calling me about it. When because he called me, he was like, you want to do an outreach program for younger people, younger teenagers and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be, doing that, Hill.
Right.
But I mean, at the time I was trying to work all I could, and working with Steve, it was like, 14, 15 hour days, and it was good manual labor. So, I didn't have time.
You didn't feel like you had the time for it.
I didn't feel like I had the time for it, but I didn't have the time for it.
Right. It's not what you really wanted to do. Right.
No, because I was already dibbling and dabbling again,
right.
So, No, I probably was 10 toes down already by then.
Right.
But
well, you ain't, you're no fence sitter. You know what I'm saying?
oh, definitely
you're headstrong in whichever way you go.
Yeah, I can't do the sober life and the drug life. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't juggle that.
Yeah, there's no balance there.
Well, yeah, there's definitely no balance there.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do drug life, I'm gonna do all in on that. You know,
right.
And I'm gonna go hard at it. Whatever I do, I'm gonna go hard at it. I go until I, like when I was doing, dope and stuff, I'd go hard in the paint till I fell out, wherever I fell out at, and then I'd wake up, take a shower, and go right back to it until I fell out again. So that's just kind of always been my mantra in life. So I try to do whatever I'm doing to the fullest.
So you shifted your focus onto what now?
Oh, definitely on my spiritual walk.
Right.
And my relationship with God, and it's, everything. Like, give you an example. This past Christmas, I got 4 kids ranging from 13 to 14 to 25, and the three that still live around here. One of them lives in Phoenix, Arizona. My oldest son does, and he travels the United States. He's doing good for himself. He just made me a granddaddy for.
Oh, what's up, Papa?
Yeah, about. Yeah, for about the past 2 months, I've been a granddaddy.
Nice.
We do FaceTime all the time because they live in Arizona and he travels the United States. So, we do FaceTime. So I've got to meet my grandson that way. I hadn't, had a chance to meet him face to face yet.
Right.
But my daughter and my other 2 sons, I just got back in. Really, my daughter's life, she's been the main one. My other kids, they come see me all the time. But my daughter, she just wrote me on. Well, actually, I was telling Mr. Bill about that a while ago. We had to talk about it, and I was telling him that Christmas, my boys came to see me, did a video chat with my oldest son, and everything was good except for the conversation with my daughter was missing. That was the only thing missing at Christmas. And I seen a post that my son and his girlfriend had made, and my daughter had commented on it, and I thought she was blocked on my Facebook, so just out of the blue, I hit like on there, and like 10 seconds later, I got a friend request from my daughter, and so I accepted it, and like instantly, like flooded my messenger with it, and we got to talking, and she's like, "Why hadn't you got in touch with me and all this, that, and the other?" And I said, "Well, I thought I was blocked on your Facebook,
Right. You didn't think that there was no link there.
I never noticed, what I'm saying? So, and I've been telling her brother, give her my phone number, so if she needs anything, she can call me. So that was like the first thing I told her. I was like, look, if it's found out that you're talking to me on Messenger, I'm probably gonna get blocked again. So get my phone number. You put it under whatever you want to in your phone. Just make sure you got it, so you can get in touch with me.
Right.
But since then, she's been right. She writes me every Sunday morning, asks me what I'm doing. I'm getting ready for church, baby. And she's like, I'm getting ready for church too. Can I call you after church? I'm like, I don't know why you asked me. Can you call me?
Right.
But if it makes her feel better, just to hear me tell her, she can call me.
Right.
If that's a reassurance for her, then yeah, most definitely. I'm glad.
So there's been some relationships.
Oh yeah.
Mended.
Yeah, there's been some mended and broke too.
And why do you think
it can't be nobody but God? Because like a couple of days leading up to Christmas, I was like, I'm thinking, I've been going through some financial hard times, here lately, and
that's life, Bubba.
Yeah, I know it. But it's just some unexpected things hit me from left field, and so I'm thinking about how I'm gonna make Christmas, at least be able to give my kids something, because I was in prison last Christmas, so
right.
And I went to the store. My roommate brought some chocolate chip cookies home. And I woke up from a nap, and I seen one of them laying over there. I had one of them still in the bag, and I picked it up and I ate it. And I was like, man, that's not enough. I got to go to the store. Fat boy, and walked to the store. So I walked to the store, and I bought me some grandma's chocolate chip cookies and a Heath bar. And I don't know, just one of them compulsive behaviors. I said, let me get 5 of them $2 tickets right there. There's new $2 tickets.
Come on.
And I scratched 4 of them off, and I lost on all of them. And I was like, man, at least give me a ticket so I can get something back off of it. Right. The last one I scratched off, I won $500 on it.
Right.
And so that was like, because I've been talking to God about how I'm gonna make ends meet for this, and trying to get all these bills caught up from where me and my last roommate had. He had a financial crisis.
Right.
And we ain't gonna go there, but
Right.
we'll just call it a financial crisis
Right,
anyway.
okay.
And so I was trying to get all that caught up, and that was just a answer from God. It was a sign
So
from God.
you giving God the glory on that
yeah,
ticket,
most definitely, man.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it couldn't have been nothing else because I needed it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
I really needed it, and that was, it wasn't for me. It was for my kids. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and I believe God's all about the little ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely. And so, but yeah, I mean, my relationship with God that's everything now. I learned a new way. I'm learning a new way. I hadn't learned a new way because I don't think you can ever fully get a full learn of everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. We always got something new to learn.
Yeah, and when I believe whenever you're too old to learn, then you're dead. So
Right. Yeah, my granddaddy told me one time, he's like, if you're not learning something new every day, you're not living life.
That's right.
So I didn't really understand what he was saying, when I was younger, but I do now.
So I'm just, like I said, I make it a Sunday, and I'm gonna try to get more involved with it, during the week too, as much as I can with my work schedule and being in drug court, right, and all that stuff,
Well, I mean, you've got what, 8-9 months left.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so you fixing to have a little bit of time on your hands.
Yeah, whenever I get out of drug court, I'll be able to do more.
Right.
But
And
like right now,
and a couple extra dollars.
Yeah, I definitely need a couple extra dollars.
That fine.
We can all use a couple extra dollars, but
right.
No. Yeah, I mean, I plan on getting more involved.
Well, I mean, you have though. I mean, you pretty much done. I mean, you jump head first. If anything comes up, you there. You know?
Most definitely. I mean, that's the only thing that's gonna keep me.
Right.
Is being involved with this. There's no other way to do it. I've done it every other which way possible. Every other which way that you could try to do it in my will, and it just
right.
My wheels go flat all the time.
Right, and then we run them off.
Yeah.
So nothing else has ever worked.
No.
Ever. Not even close.
Not even nowhere near.
So since you turned to God this time.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's an easy road. It's definitely not easy. I mean, you've been in recovery for some years now.
Yeah.
It's definitely not an easy road. Nobody ever said it was going to be peachy.
No, right. I didn't know that it was going to be this much of a struggle every day, even the longer I go. You know what I'm saying? But it's worth it.
Well, I mean,
I'm not.
We lived in the struggle way worse than this.
I'm saying, right.
I mean,
from trap house to trap house.
Well, I think getting up every day, and the first thing on your mind is, getting a pipe and hitting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or rolling over, getting a blunt and hitting it.
Right.
That's a struggle in itself. At least to have that left over from the night before, or whenever you fell out.
Wasn't none of that.
So,
that's why we fell out.
Yeah. So that there's a struggle in itself, and I mean, I do have financial struggles, and I do have hardships, but I think the closer to God I get, and the more the relationship grows.
So your coping skills have changed. I know
definitely.
we've coped with marijuana. I coped with.
Well, my old coping skills was fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I tell you whatever you want to hear.
Right.
As long as it makes me look good and gets me through what I got to get through. But now, I mean, a lot of prayer. I stop and think situations through.
Right.
Play
the tape out.
Well, I think about the bigger picture.
Right. What you gonna lose?
Yeah, because not only my life is a picture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody who's involved in my life is part of that picture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I have to think about all that now, because like my daughter's situation and all my kids' situation. I mean, I've missed years and years of their lives.
Right.
I mean, and when you're out there getting high and you're running the streets, years went by like that. And you don't even think about it until you're sober, maybe, until your clear thinking comes back, a year down the road?
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
At least 6 months down the road.
Right, it's going to take a while.
Before you start thinking absolutely clearly, then you start, dwelling on that, and what can you do to get that time back? You can't get it back. All you can do is, work toward the future.
Yeah, and then you can either fall into depression about it, being shamed and guilt about what you've lost, what you done messed up. And then, what am I, you can definitely turn around and go straight back to where we was at.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's at the drop of a hat.
Right. Right.
You know, and it's not going to be right where we was at. It's going to be 10 times worse.
Well,
than
why
where
do
we
you
was
think?
at.
Why do you not? What is it that's got you thinking about not going back now? Like why?
I mean,
because we done. You know, we can go to prison.
Yeah,
we
most
done that.
definitely.
We can make it through that.
I don't know, man. Prison's pretty bad now, but it's like a Call of Duty war zone now.
Yeah, that's what they say. They're saying they got really bad.
Yeah, it really has. I just came out of there last April, and you know, it's bad. It's even bad in the county jail now.
Right.
But no, I mean, just a different way of life. You know, ever since I've got into church and been coming up here, you know, it's all love here.
Right.
And
who would ever thought John Hewitt in church talking
what?
Jesus?
Not me.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely would not have thought I'd be sitting right here.
So yeah, and it surprised me to see you here. But I mean, I know you've been doing big things, you know, since you got out of drug court.
And that's all God, man. I told you this before, you know what I'm saying? When we worked together, I tried to tell you then.
So now, you know, the tables have turned, you know. I was an inspiration to you. Now you're an inspiration to me.
Yeah, man, that's all God, but they don't put that on me.
Hey, it is what it is, you know. I mean, however it comes about.
Right.
God, you know, that's the only way it can be, man.
Yeah, right.
And like I said, I mean, you know, every other church I've been to, you know, it's a family here. It's all about love, you know.
Right. First thing.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when Pastor Greg come in there and talked to me the first time I was up here.
Yeah.
At CR, and he said we're in the business of saving souls. You know, I know y'all two say y'all want to get clean, you know, and y'all a couple or whatever, you know, and that's fine and dandy. But we're in the business of saving souls, you know. That just kind of sparked something in me, you know.
Yeah, it don't matter, and that's where God is. That's what Jesus does for us, man. He
Yeah.
don't care what we've been through, He don't care what we're doing right now,
No.
what we're thinking about doing in the next 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He wants that relationship with you right now.
And you know, and I just don't want to go back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right. I done came too far, and I don't want to go back to that lifestyle.
Well,
and, I believe, you know, Jesus is on the way. Jesus and God's on the way that I can make it.
I feel you. I'm right there in the same boat with you there, Bo.
So
other than that, what other advice would you might want to give somebody out there that might be struggling with anything, whether, you know, alcohol,
keep your head to the north, stay prayed up, visit First Baptist in Hogansville.
Yeah, come on with it. Celebrate recovery every Sunday,
That's right.
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Yeah. Hey, we take them to Sunday school too.
Yeah, right.
Sunday school at 10 o'clock. If you get here a little early, you might get a biscuit.
Yeah, we be fighting for them though.
I promise you. Hey.
Well, we love y'all guys, man. If y'all got any questions, y'all comment, like us, love us. We don't care if you even hate us.
That's right.
Send a comment down there, and
we've got been hated all our lives.
Yeah, we've been hated all our lives. Look, we got other videos. Y'all check us out. We love y'all. God bless.
God bless.